Another episode of Octopath Traveler. We traveled to the far Atlas lands, and here we are to see Cyrus and his adventure. So we left off last time. I went through and I stole everything from this town. Not really too much difference. We're gonna do the rest here together. There is one guy, he has some awesome items.
Listen.
Priceless books was stolen from the archives many years ago. Ever since then, they've kept this place tightly guarded, my bad.
How are you doing today?
This is the Royal Library. Here you will find many rare and valuable books. Is there a particular tome you are looking for? So nothing really going on here. We're just getting some basic dialogue.
Hello.
Just south of here lies the castle town. It's a lively place. Giving us some direction.
Hello there.
This is the Royal Academy, Atlasdam's pride and joy.
Sure is rain.
All are welcome to engage in pursuits of knowledge here. So the guy in the middle with the different colored ellipses, he is Cyrus and he is our next storyline, but we're just kind of looking around in town. Seeing if we can find any hidden chests. There is a guy in town I could not steal from, or better yet, I just didn't even try. Because it's like 3% chance and 8% chance, and that's really low. There's a path here. Nothing in there. So I didn't even bother with it. So we'll have to come back and try to steal. He has some good looking items, don't get me wrong, some really good looking items. But unfortunately, our thieving is not high enough to take him on. I'll show you. I'll show them to you guys here in a little bit.
Hello.
The palace gate lies just north. To the east, you'll find the Royal Academy, where the realm's most promising thinkers receive their education. Is there any? No. So this is the palace.
Hello.
This is the Royal Palace of Atlasdam. Leave the palace and head east, and you'll find the Royal Academy. The library lies to the west. You know, this town isn't that big that we need directions. Some chests. Herb of Awakening. Inspiriting Plum. Healing Grape. Another chest. Thunderstone. This is the guy that I can't steal from. Steal. Elusive shield, pretty good with a 56 evasion. That's huge. Pretty good speed on the spear. A bow that blinds the target, and a staff that puts targets to sleep. That is awesome. So I don't know if that works on our elemental attacks as well, but pretty cool. Hopefully we get a high enough level from doing Cyrus's storyline. Nothing here.
Greetings.
His Majesty possesses a unique understanding of scholar pursuits.
Oh God,
He founded the Royal Library and Academy, where nobles and commoners alike can learn freely.
How'd you do?
How'd you do? Lies the audience chamber. If you would seek His Majesty's counsel, pray proceed. And nothing in here. Alright, so we're all pretty much caught up with any differences, and we actually talked to all the people. Whenever I'm doing like stealing stuff from people, I'm not talking to them, I'm not grabbing any chests, I'm not really looking for a whole lot, I'm just like going straight for the stealing and moving on. So let's go ahead and move on here with the story. Yes, I think I know who stole that tome. Perhaps I should go have a little chat with him, just to make sure we all understand one another. His name is Cyrus, and he is a scholar. This is Atlasdam, nestled in the fertile plains of the Flatlands. It is home of the Royal Academy, where many scholars study night and day to bring the light of knowledge to the royal family and to all the realm. He passes his days in halls of the great library, devouring tomes to his heart's content. It is in that library where he learns of a grievous theft. Certain that one of his fellow scholars is the culprit, Cyrus sets out alone to confront the man in his shadowy subterranean study. Study. He will need wise allies on the path he has chosen. Yes, we want to take him along.
And so it was that Atlasdam was founded some 2 centuries ago. Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Austera.
Austera.
But there was another city-state with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago. Now, who can tell me its name?
I think it was...
Now. No need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn.
I like his voice. I feel like
the
they
answer
chose...
is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
I feel like they chose the right voice for Cyrus.
Yes, Professor. Let's see.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna be like a student, not a professor.
I believe it was Hornburg.
That is correct. Hornburg was ruled over by a royal family, said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion. On the other hand, our fair Atlasdam was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the Flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
Correct you are, Your Highness. It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland. Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe. Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture. And be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
Cyrus Albright? Okay. First one where we heard a surname.
Hello?
Ah, Professor Albright. Mercedes from the Royal Library came by with a message for you. Seems today is your lucky day. You've been granted permission to enter the special archives.
Splendid!
Finally, I can begin my research. Library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. So I don't think anything's really changed, so we will go straight to the library.
Oh.
Professor Albright.
Oh, thank heavens, you're still here. I thought I had missed you.
Your Highness.
What can I do for you, Your Highness?
The truth of the matter is,
If you can spare the time, I had a question about something we learned today.
But of course!
Of course, Your Highness, it would be my pleasure to answer anything.
Mm-hmm.
After all, my role as your tutor is important to me as any of my research. Unfortunately, I cannot spare much time. Is the question a quick one?
indeed.
Yes, Professor, it will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Hornburg. Pray tell, what do they worship?
Very astute of you.
A very astute question, Your Highness. However, I fear that nearly all the texts detailing the nature of the religion were burned and lost when Hornburg fell. Ah, I see. A shame that.
The truth is...
I do, however, have a theory of my own. I believe the royal family of Hornburg were guardians of an ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that...
Oh,
Poor Teresa. She looks like she had something to say. Let us continue the discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor.
With pleasure.
No need for apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. That such questions occur to you is a sign of a sharp and curious mind.
I thank you.
Your lectures on this history of realm are most fascinating to me. For if I do not learn of our past, how can I hope to lead my people to a bright future?
Indeed.
A most admirable philosophy, Your Highness. The people of this land are truly fortunate to be led by one of such wisdom and kindness. As I'm truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way. You are far too kind, Professor Albright. I am proud to be your student.
Ah,
Oh dear, I'm running late.
good day.
Pray do not forget your assignment, Your Highness.
Farewell.
Of course, Professor. So with all this old talk, this really reminds me of,
Ah, Therese.
I'm trying to think of the game. Something Kingdom. I can't remember the name of it. I'm trying to see if it's on here. Ah, man, I don't know, but it's a really great RPG, and you have to play through an entire story, and it is awesome. But it's all done in medieval times. A very hard combat system. Once I remember the name of it, I'll mention it. Oh, hello there, Teresa.
Yes? Do you have a question for me?
Ah, sorry to backtrack. Kingdom Deliverance. That game is awesome, and they do all the old style voice acting. It's awesome. Did you have a question for me as well?
no.
I mean, good day, Professor. And she runs out the door. Alright. So let's head to the library. Did I save? Nah, no need to save yet.
It's me, Cyrus.
Good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright here to browse the special archives. Oh, Professor Albright, you're looking quite eager today.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that an original copy of the Church of Flame, a complete his story, had been donated to the archives, I simply had to be the first to see it.
I see.
You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign here.
With pleasure.
Is something I miss?
Actually,
For someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy, when you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy. When you put it that way, yes, much as a child is fascinated by a new toy. I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge. I hope I said that right.
I see.
Right, the expression on your face says it all. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, my dear. I most certainly will.
What have we here?
How odd. The tome is nowhere to be found. Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either.
An interesting dilemma.
These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone? Secret passage.
Professor Albright!
The master would see you at once. Of all the times, oh well, might I ask you a favor? What might that be?
The truth is...
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?
I see.
Missing? I'll begin looking at once, Professor.
Many thanks. Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter. My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone!
But that goes against everything...
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait, there was one last thing.
Sir?
I heard the Special Archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer.
I just want to read a book.
Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Just leave me and my books alone.
Enter.
Excuse me.
Teresa.
What's the matter?
What is it, Teresa? I don't know if they're doing voice acting or not. It's a little confusing. It's about Professor Albright, sir. What is she doing to me? It says make for the library, but I'm trying to be nosy. I'm pretty sure there's no one in this room again, so...
Oh.
What is it this time, Cyrus? Nothing. Okay, well, the guy is there, but he has nothing to say to us, so it didn't really help us at all. Aha, let's make more haste to the library! Alright, here we go.
Can I help you?
Professor Albright.
A moment of your time.
Did you have any luck finding the tome?
My apologies.
I'm afraid not. Oops, hit the mic there.
Say it is not so.
Well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude that it has been stolen.
Actually,
Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. And as you know, the keys to the vault are entrusted to only a select few. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head.
Aho!
An impregnable vault, a disappearing tome. It would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. The butler did it, and the mysteries of the world are meant to be solved. Or so the scholar in me says. Would you not agree? If it had been stolen, I would say it's a job for the city guard. We love books though. But I can't see you won't let it go until you've cracked this case, as it were.
Indeed!
Aha! You could say that. Indeed, a habit I just can't seem to break. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot resist until I've worked out a solution.
I see.
Well, far be it from me to stand in your way. It must be tough, being a genius.
Leave it to me.
Aha, I'll not deny it. Worry not, the tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash.
Take care.
Right, thanks. Best of luck in your search.
Time to do some research.
The game is afoot, my dear Watson. We are his Watson. Now, where to begin my search? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored. The guard at the front door would know who has been frequenting the library lately, as might my fellow scholars. Then mayhap I should pay the headmaster a visit as well. Again, we're learning the obstacles. Cyrus can scrutinize and glean new knowledge from the townsfolk. So we have this new ability here, scrutinize. Let's see now. Testimony. Of course I've got the key to what? I've got a key to the archives, and no, I wasn't sleeping. I was resting my eyes, is all. But even if I was sleeping, what would it matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing a worthless tome anyway? Alright, so we glean that new info. Okay, so every one of the... Who's this?
Ha!
Oh, Cyrus, I trust you not to interrupt my research. The key to the archives? Oh, I have got that. But I'm not surprised someone stole a tome, considering that what they're worth. I'm gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation. So the guy doesn't know... The guard doesn't even know what they're worth. Scrutinize her. Only Headmaster Yvonne and the guard stationed outside would have a key to the library archives. Wait, what did this guy say? Can we see... The key to the archives. Oh, I haven't got that. I read that wrong. I was so confused. Once in charge of protecting the king, the guard suffered a serious leg injury and was since transferred to a calmer position inside the grounds. Though the injury healed long ago, he hasn't mentioned it to anyone. He enjoys the serenity of his new post. What do we got here? We got 27 minutes. Alright, so I think what we're gonna... What is this? A light soulstone. I don't know how I missed that. Okay. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and stop it here. We at least made it through Cyrus's point of communications and starting his little dialogue in his new story. So this is a really good place to save and cut this episode out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe down below. It really does help me out. I'm brand new to YouTube, so help me build my channel. If you guys can go ahead and post it on your Facebook, just trying to get some more viewers. Once I got some viewers and I got some people, I have a I'll work on starting to get a Twitch thing going, and then maybe we can start streaming games. I don't know if I'll stream Octopath Traveler, but that's always an option, and I can always just post the stream up on YouTube. Again, guys, this is PBnJs, and I'll catch you guys next time.